Good evening. Why would anyone want to be a Roman Catholic priest? That is the question we're asking tonight. After all, after a week of so much negative news stories and a society in general which is more sceptical of the Catholic faith and faith in general. So the question is, why do young men still want to be Catholic priests? So tonight we're joined by Christopher Furmage. You're called Christopher, aren't you?
Yep.
From the, never know, it's either Chris or Christopher?
Christopher, sure, if you want.
From the diocese of Motherwell, and you have just completed your first 6 months at Salamanca. So can you talk us through what that was about?
So the 6 months, I'd say, is like a sort of introduction period. So the full title is propageutic period. And I think that kind of gets you used to the sort of lifestyle that you'll have in seminary. So we get up for morning prayer and then have breakfast, and then that's us straight into classes. And then that's us until about midday, and then we have mass, and then either more evening classes or something, or sort of spiritual exercises as well. And then evening prayer, night prayer, dinner, and then rinse and repeat almost.
Very good. What was it that first attracted you to the priesthood?
I don't know for certain. I think probably priests themselves, like priests that I grew up with. But then it's always something I think I've wanted to at least try out and see if it's completely for me. I mean, if you talk to my dad, he'll tell you from a young age I said I want to be a priest.
Interesting, because it's something that's inside you, but I guess in a sense you're also still discerning, so there will be many people perhaps who are on that journey who decide it's not for them eventually, but the fact is that you're on that process of discernment. So when you have those feelings of the priesthood, the call for a vocation, what steps do you take? In your case, what did you do?
Well, at first I went to meet the parish priest that I grew up with, so he moved parish, but went and spoke to him about it and said, this is my ideas and kind of who do I speak to next. I also got in contact with the Priest for Scotland page. So I spoke to them and said, who do I contact, who do I speak to about inquiring, at least anyway. So they passed me to Father Lamb, vocations director from Motherwell, and then he kind of leads me through the process of looking for a spiritual director, doing the application forms and attending selection weekends. Yeah,
so then you go on to Salamanca.
Yeah.
So talk about Salamanca, but you mentioned the routine of Salamanca, but what was the setup, what was the location, all these sort of things,
Yeah, so we were, so I would say about 20 minutes walk outside of the city centre, so it's not exactly excluded from city life type things, but that was heavily encouraged, was to actually go out and enjoy a bit of the culture as well.
And how does your Spanish?
It's alright. Yeah. I can speak a bit, I can hold a conversation, but nothing too sort of extreme or in depth. Yeah,
well that is one of the concerns people raise when they're pursuing a vocation. Definitely. They think, well, okay, I want to become a priest, but I don't have X qualifications, I don't have linguistic ability. How would you allay those concerns?
I mean, with me, it's something that terrified me. It's I was horrible with Spanish in school, so it's something that did worry me when I first went out, and then hopefully when I go to Rome, it's something that I need to consider, obviously, with Italian. Yeah. And so it's something that you do think about, I'd say, probably while you're applying. And I don't know how I got over it. It's just you kind of, when I was there, it was you learn the language, you pick up things, and then you build on it. I don't know if that was just me. Yeah.
You're living there, so you speak people and you're learning things. What other things did you do academically? Was there lectures and things you went to? Or?
Yeah, so every week we usually had either a guest speaker or the rector, Father Tom, or the spiritual director, Father Stewart. They would sort of give us lectures on different topics. So it was anything really from sort of spirituality to basic philosophy to even one we had was a history of the church in Scotland, Catholic Church in Scotland, pretty much from the early days right through to current affairs.
Is it all interesting stuff? Do you find it quite...
Definitely. It was such a huge range of topics that we covered over the 6 months. It's every sort of week was different and refreshing and new, but then at the same time it was kind of preparing us for what's next.
And did you get homesick at any point?
I mean, we were off for Easter week, so you had the option if you wanted to go home, if you wanted to. I stayed in Spain.
Oh well, why not, of course. Why did you come back here when it was raining, So you went with how many number of seminarians were there?
So there was, including myself, there was 13, but that included 2 from over in Ireland.
Alright, okay. And how was the general ambience amongst the group?
Yeah, I think we all sort of gelled straight away, to be honest. So most of us had all met at the selection weekends, minus probably 2 or 3, but that's about it.
That's good, that's fantastic. And now you've decided you're going to go forward, and the bishops agreed as well, and you're going to go to Rome. So when do you start there?
So that's, I fly out probably around, I need to be there for the 23rd of September. Wow. So that's sort of when we get things rolling, and then we'll be straight in it from there.
Incredible. So tomorrow night in the cathedrals at 7 o'clock, we have our diocesan vocations mass to pray, and we come together as a diocesan community to pray for vocations. So do you have any role tomorrow night there?
So I'll be participating in the procession and the gifts.
Fantastic. So we wish you all the best for your continued discernment to the priesthood and for your studies in Rome. And thanks for joining us in the new Sancta Familia studio.
Beautiful.
And our doorbell's ringing as well. Hopefully you won't be able to hear that on the camera.
All right.
Thank you very much for joining us. So tomorrow night at 7 o'clock we join as a diocesan community for the annual Vocations Mass to pray for an increase of vocations to the priesthood and the religious life. Thank you very much, and God bless.